Bro, Hollywood P reacts.
What's good, YouTube? It's your dude Hollywood P, back again for another video. Now, as always, folks, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Also turn on your post notifications so that you stay up to date with all of my latest uploads. All right, guys, we are back once again, and it is a new year. Happy 2026 to everybody. I hope you guys have a very prosperous year. As we know, our boy DDG is still in Lagos, Nigeria, having a blast. There has been a lot of things circulating around the internet here and there about, DDG and what he's doing out there in Nigeria outside of stream. Now, everybody did point out that it seems like DDG does kind of like do only small segments now when he streams. He doesn't last all day. He doesn't go like he normally does, try to go 48 hours or 24 hours. He's just kind of pacing himself. So to me, it just feels like he's really like on a vacation out there for himself, you know what I mean? And which he deserves, you know what I mean? Everybody needs that moment where they just can kind of kick it off of like the internet, just kind of like shut everything down and just enjoy real life, you know what I'm saying? And I think that's what he's doing. I think last night there was a picture surfaced, him in this actual club. I guess it was called Private Rooms or something. I think he went to 2 different strip clubs, but he said he enjoyed Private Rooms the best. And I'm pretty sure he was in the VIP area getting his freak on and doing what he do, because for some reason, I'm noticing that DDG really loves the women of Nigeria. He's been to multiple countries, and I never seen him react the way he, like when he sees a woman out there, I guess a very curvaceous woman that walks by or something, he's like, he's like gooning really hard, you know what I'm saying? And I've never seen him act like that, you know what I'm saying, on camera. But out there, he's really loving it. I've never even heard him saying that, about him wanting to go to a strip club, even when he's in Miami. You know what I'm saying? He went to Nigeria. That's all he wanted to do. He wanted to eat food and go to strip clubs and stuff. And I feel him. You know what I mean? He's human. He's single. He been through a lot last year, and it's time to celebrate his success. You know what I mean? He's, like I said, he's a multimillionaire. He's living it up in Nigeria, which he is 30% Nigerian. He vibing. He having fun out there. Now, let me show you this picture that surfaced of him, I guess, actually in one of the strip clubs. I'm thinking it was Private Rooms. He was just kind of vibing with the young lady that's, I guess, with them, maybe from the meme house. That's what it looks like. It could be Shenseea, because he is also out there with Shenseea, or she's actually in Nigeria along with DDG. So let's check this photo out here. All right, folks. So as you see, DDG is in the club. I'm thinking this is Private Rooms. It looks like he's with a young lady. I'm not sure. It looks like, I guess it's that lady that's actually with him, maybe from Meme House, that came out there with him. I think she's like a little light-skinned lady that's been hanging around or whatever. It doesn't look like her, but I see Ed, and I'm like, well, I don't know who else this woman would be, and I know she would still be with them, so I'm assuming it is her. But he's just in there vibing, kicking it behind security, just kind of vibing out in the club and stuff like that. But yeah, so that's what he wants to do. He's not on camera here. As you see, Ed is his cameraman. As you can see, Ed is right back there standing behind the young lady. So he's definitely not filming nothing. He's just trying to vibe, just trying to kick it there. Also, I want to show you this photo here of him actually seeming to be in the same place as Shenseea. So let's see here if we get it. Okay, so this is him in Nigeria standing in this thing, and it says like Happy New Year or something there. And then let's see here. And then if you notice this photo here, Shenseea is in the same spot. Now, I did notice, because I had to do my research for the people. You already know I had to really do some research. I went and checked it out. And if you go on her IG, he's liking like all her past posts. Like, I've never seen him really like anybody post on IG. You know what I'm saying? Except India Love, here and there. And of course, like Halle Bailey. He doesn't really like too many pictures on Instagram of females and letting it be seen. So I don't know, maybe he's on the hunt, trying to lock down Shenseea or whatever. But I think one thing that I would say that I feel like it may be a problem, and it might be a solution to his problem. I think his problem is he always chases women that are already on, like lit women that's like got a name for themselves, like the Halle Baileys, the Ruby Roses, the India Loves, you know what I'm saying, the Shenseas. And I can see him going down that rabbit hole once again. And I think that might be his problem, because every girl he tries to like, you know, be with that's got a name, it don't work. I think the only chick that's still in his life and kept it solid from day one is Tiana Musetta. I think if he'd have been with Tiana, it might have worked. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like she's so loyal to him. You know what I'm saying? But everybody else that he meets already got their own fan base, already got their own money. They doing their own thing. If he hooks up with Shenseea, they won't last 3 months. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about in a real relationship. Okay, maybe 6 months. I'll give him 6 months. It won't work because she's like too much of a boss of her own. She even got Halle Bailey liking her pictures. You know what I'm saying? They even friends. So it's like, it just won't work. It's just, she too lit. Like, everybody know who she is. Dudes thirsting over. Like, DDG will be in the world of turmoil in the first 3 months, but they won't last 6 months, guaranteed. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think that would work. I get it though. I get what he sees, because I see the same thing. But when you talking about dating these women, I think you just need you like a cool little Tiana Musetta, somebody that's kind of like a vibe. You know what I'm saying? And just been down with you since day one. You know what I'm saying? So I think that would work for you. If any of them could work, it would be like somebody like Tiana Musetta. You know, it didn't work with Kennedy. I see him kind of like flirting with Kennedy and stuff like that. But I think he's just playing with the internet. You know what I'm saying? He ain't trying to go back to that. Now, he might do a stream, and I'm sure he wants to catch up and say what's been going on, you know, after she lost her mom and everything. So he probably will, maybe down the line, you know, wiggle back in and say, man, can't just do this. I'm really super lit right now, you know, and I know you're trying to reintroduce yourself back to the internet. So, you know, come vibe with me. Come to the Capaholics crib. It'll be good food, good vibes. We can catch up and chop it up and stuff like that, you know, because I'm sure she's still not upset from whatever it was that happened back when they did break up and she blocked them and all this other stuff. But I think he's able to, like, I think he'll be able to kind of finesse that. And I know it probably bothered him, like, because you always want to create peace with your exes if it didn't end like crazy. And I don't think it would end it like that, but she just blocked them. You know what I'm saying? So they probably cursed each other out, said some real crazy things to each other, and she blocked them, and that was that. You know what I'm saying? I don't think I heard he didn't knock her teeth out. He didn't do no crazy abusive stuff. So I think he'd be all right. You know what I'm saying? I think that'll work for him. But yeah, so I don't know. DDG Shenseea, I don't know. I thought she was dating like Shador or something, Shador Sanders or somebody. You know what I'm saying? I saw her at Deion Sanders' house, you know, during the draft and everything, the NFL draft. So I don't know. I don't know what's going on with that. But I think DDG definitely needs to quit messing with famous females. You know what I'm saying? I get it, but that just ain't gonna work, no matter who it is. I mean, the Little Mermaid was probably just the most humble that you could possibly get. I'm talking about being somebody that's a huge entertainer and kind of like being kind of down to earth. You know, she from Georgia and this and that. Shenseea, DDG, 3 months is going crazy. 6 months is over with for sure. But anyway, guys, I did just want to get on here and kind of like update you guys for people that's not watching DDG stream and seeing what's going on kind of in the news here. But yeah, DDG out there, he was, like I said, he was going to the strip clubs and do what he do, as he should. He's a, like I said, a very wealthy man. Living it up. He loving his Nigerian women out there, and it seemed like he getting back to his gooning stages. You know what I'm saying? Like when I used to see him out, like I said, in Hollywood, had like what he had, the Rolls Royce Wraith full of women. They all hanging out the window, legs and everything, heels on and all that, man. DDG was a wild boy back in the day, so I think he might be heading back that direction, which is not a bad thing, because now it will make sense for, you know, the types of streams that he can do, because the Shea Frost is going up with his content with the twins and all that stuff that he was doing. It's working. So maybe DDG can hit back that lane, you know what I'm saying? I mean, you know, nobody really wanted to see him sitting on the computers, you know, talking and yapping. Bring the girls in, man. Do what you do. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and end it there. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Also turn your post notifications. And as always, folks, as always, holla back at your boy. Peace.